Oh, wow. Wow. Wow, so many children. Let me read a different section. Oh, wow, wow, right. I'm going to say that it's delightful to have driven through here. I had to go the detour, the Markley Street. I went up and down roads. I didn't know what I was doing. I was late getting here. But it let me see more of Norristown. I'm really happy to begin a relationship. Here. I think that's what one book means. It means you come in and you're sort of adopted by a place, and I'm grateful for that adoption. All right, here we are. This is a brand new book. My old one has notes everywhere, so you don't miss where it is. And you'd think if you write a book, you wouldn't forget where it is, but you do, actually. It's terrible. All right. This is the actual escape. Free is completely nonfiction. This is a work of fiction that's built. It starts with a nonfiction event. You can find more about it at the Library Company, about the escape of a woman named Jane Johnson. I changed her name and then surrounded her with an entire community. All right. Madam, I believe you are the woman we're looking for. Passmore Williamson stood next to William Still, and spoke in a sharply enunciated tenor. Let's see if I work with my ear. Give my ear would find you a new mic. You are entitled to your freedom according to the laws of Pennsylvania, having been brought into the state by your owner. If you prefer freedom to slavery, as we suppose everybody does, you have the chance to accept it now. These people are they're sitting on the top deck, was called the hurricane deck, of the ferry boat that took them from Dock Street in Philadelphia across to Camden. There, they would get the train to go up to New York. There was not yet a train bridge that could handle the weight of that train to go over on the ferry. There was a man who had brought his enslaved woman named Mercy, 2 of her 3 children from Virginia. He was going to New York, where they'd take a steamer, and he was going to be ambassador to Nicaragua. At the time, the United States was contemplating the idea of annexing or figuring out how to make Nicaragua part of our empire. We didn't manage to do it. So, this man is sitting here. The woman in the hotel has said something to 2 of the black people she's seen, both of them servants in the hotel. One of them, who was a woman, backed out of the room and said to her, basically, look, lady, I'm sorry, but I got enough trouble without helping you escape, The kid, the young person who was maybe 13, 14, 16 years old, was the person who then ran, after she told him this, ran over to 7th and Arch Streets. 7th and Arch in Philadelphia, which is on that corner. There's an African American museum and there's a federal prison right opposite each other. That's where William Still's office was. The kid ran there from 2nd Street over to 7th and said, there's this woman, she wants to get free. That William Still ran back. He tried to get his friend Passmore Williamson. Passmore said, no, I gotta go to Harrisburg and do some business. And then Williams said, oh, I can't miss it, and ran down and met him. So there they are, the 2 of them, getting onto this boat. And there she sits. There is the master, there is the woman, there are her 2 of her 3 children. Now, often this is the way it was done. You leave a 3rd child home as insurance to make sure she comes back. right? So this is her, this is where she is. They come up. He stopped for a moment while the white man to the woman's side made some objection. Then Williamson continued, speaking loudly and with confidence. Madam, act calmly. Don't be frightened by your master. You are as much entitled to your freedom as we are, or as he is. Jenny, we have no idea who these persons are. Pryor waved his hand dismissively. Madam, Williamson continued, you know who we are. I'm sure you know, and I'm sure you know why we are here. Please be assured that the law will protect you. Get out of here. You don't have a ticket. You're harassing us, and you have no idea who I am. But remember, if you lose this chance, you may never get such another. Listen, I've had enough of this meddling, said Pryor. She knows about the law. Believe me, she knows about the law. What she does not know is the mischief you people make pulling in Negroes who don't know better. And then a week or two later, the marshals of the United States of America have delivered them back to their rightful owners. Isn't that so? Jenny did not move, although her upper body seemed poised to rise and her eyes moved from William Still's face to Passmore Williamson's and to the onlookers. Madam, William Still said, ignoring Pryor, you may be certain that judges have time and again ruled in favor of cases like yours. I suspect you even turn a profit doing this mischief, Pryor said, sounding at once confident and irritable. To contradict him, William Still looked at the woman and shook his head in a slow, deliberate motion. The Dock Street sewer belched out a load of filth. Plopping and trickling made an obscene noise in the unnatural silence on the wharf. Cary saw the woman's eyes travel up the dock. There was something magnificent about her stillness, something terrible about her utter isolation from them at that moment. He invited her gaze. He's sitting in the getaway. It's not a car, it's a getaway cart. He invited her gaze. If only she could know that they stood with her, if she could know escape was possible, that it could happen if she would have it. She was going to lose her baby boy. Jenny knew it again. This time the knowledge came suddenly. It came like the devil and sat on her chest right in broad daylight. She couldn't breathe. She was giving up her boy, her best baby, easy and fat. People loved Benny. They cooed him and held him and pulled faces to make him laugh. Oh, Jesus, her best baby. Behind William Still's sedate and handsome head and Passmore Williamson's curling whiskers, Jenny saw the blue sky, a fine blue sky, and white drifting clouds, lazy and fat, nothing to do but drift. Her head was fit to burst, and her temples were so hot she thought she would explode, and she could barely catch her breath. Her best baby. Please, old master, don't whoop me. Whoop that nigga behind the tree. I run, I run, I run. Clouds above so lazy, nothing to do but drift. She almost floated up out of her body like in a dream into the blue sky that didn't laugh or cry, to kiss her baby's fat cheek and hold her lips to the corner of his mouth and smell his breath sweet like milk. But she held herself in. She held fast to the boat, to these two children, and the bench she sat on, and her sore feet in ill-fitting shoes. Jenny stood up. I am not free! Her voice ripped up the silence. Excitement shot from behind Tyree's navel into his chest. Raspy and shrill and scared, her voice erupted again. But I want my freedom. I always wanted my freedom. I always wanted to be free. So,